happening, y'all, and welcome. This is episode 106 of Super Flashy Arrow of Tomorrow. I am your host, Sir Cussalott Travis Pointer, and I am joined as always by my co-host, Mara the Shark Watkins.
Hello there.
Yeah, but that's not all, because I am also known as the Dragon King, a.k.a. Big T, a.k.a. T-Money, a.k.a. Sweet T, a.k.a. Black Merlin, a.k.a. the HNIC. I almost forgot. How the fuck can I do that?
I don't know.
Man, I owe myself an apology. I'm sorry, Travis. I forgive you, Travis. All right. How are you tonight, Mara?
I'm good. I'm really good.
Good. Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it.
How are you?
Not bad. Not bad at all. Had a nice little day, Saw some things, did some things, all that,
Some stuff and some things.
Stuff and things, yeah. Oh, man. So anyway, welcome back, everyone. What we're here to do, we're here to talk about the Arrowverse. Supergirl, Flash, Legends of Tomorrow, used to be Arrow, Black Lightning, Batwoman, all of them.
Yeah, that was all of them.
All of them, yeah. So we're going to talk about them. So let's talk about them. Which one of them did you want to start with this week?
Let's start with...
Why are you making that face already?
What do you mean?
Nothing. You made a face already. We haven't even started talking about the shows yet, but go ahead.
Let's start with Batwoman.
Batwoman. All right. This episode was called What?
Take your choice.
And what a choice it was. So this episode kicks off. Big Daddy Kane is meeting with some doctor dude, and he's talking about Mouse and him being able to fake his face and all that shit. I think is Sophie there too.
Yes.
Yeah, and he was all like, "Yeah, he can do this," and the doctor dude's all like, "I don't know about all that. That seems weird. I don't think that's possible." And he's like, "Yeah, it is, motherfucker." Like, I need to meet him then.
I need to see this person, see how it's possible.
Yeah. Do you remember the name that this individual was going by at the moment?
Nope, just Professor.
All right. So he was like, I need to meet him, because little did we know this was Papa Mouse.
This was Rat.
Yeah, this was Rat. There you go. He is now known as Rat. So we find out later on that it's Rat, but right now we don't know that. So in the meantime, we got Sophie leading the manhunt, looking for Alice, and she's all like, "Yo, we shooting to kill on this shit," because she on that bullshit. So,
oh my god,
you see her, clack clack. It's just, it is what it is. Take her out. They also got checkpoints and shit set up all over the city.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
it's like
man.
Freeland.
For real. They got checkpoints set up all over the city. Luke and Mary are driving through because they got Beth in the back seat because she's about to die, and they don't know why, but she's hiding in the back seat. They stop him at the checkpoint. They almost find Beth in the back seat. But Batwoman comes in, saves everybody.
She was like, "I got y'all." Just such great timing.
Yeah. So both Beth and Alice are still having, the headaches and shit. We find out what's going on is basically because they're not both supposed to exist on this earth, and there are no other, earths for them to be on. Basically there's not room in this universe for the two of them, so their cells are decaying. And
which I need to understand that, because aren't in the other shows, especially I think like Supergirl had it, since they're all on the same Earth, weren't there doppelgangers on the other Earth in Supergirl as well? But they weren't like dying like that.
Yeah, they were the ones brainies. They were like all falling apart too. That's why they all had to go away.
What about the other people?
What other people?
There were other people, the ones who were in the bar.
What are you asking me?
Like, so what happened to them? Because
What happened to who? What do you?
okay, so like the episode with I think the Brainies, there was a bunch of other people also there who were copies of themselves from their other Earths. The bartender had like 3 of him behind the bar.
I don't remember this.
Okay, never mind.
I think you dreamed that.
No, it was in the episode with all the Brainies.
I think they dealt with that because I'm sure it was all part of the whole. There can only be one thing because
there can only be one.
Yeah. I'm sure they got rid of the extras there too because
So they go to Al's. Whichever, but yeah. So I was just curious about that because they didn't really. I don't think they had addressed it, but there were more than one people. But whatever, we'll just go on.
They did. Like I said, that's why all the Brainies had to go when they were on that episode. If there were other like people that were doppelgangers there too, they probably did the same thing. I just don't remember that particular episode, so I can't give you details. But I'm sure if they did that, then they got rid of them too.
Okay.
So yeah, they, Beth calculates that they only have about 7 hours before they're both dead. So yeah, sucks. Then we get a little face to face between Batwoman and Sophie, and Batwoman's trying to tell like, "Yo, call off the search. Let me handle this." And
let me do it.
Yeah, Sophie's like, "Nah, bro.
I'm not doing that.
Not happening."
And I was like, I was like, why are y'all like this? Why are you like this, Sophie?
Yeah, she's stubborn.
She'll go hard.
Yeah, extra hard for no reason.
For brownie points, it's I just don't get it. Like, what do you get out of this?
For clout.
Fuck the clout.
So, also, Big Daddy Kane gets shanked while he in prison.
He got fucked up.
Yeah, man. Like he gets stabbed, and we don't even know what's happening later on. We see the same dude. I guess that was what was his name? The dude. I think wasn't that the one that was like supposedly like fucking Alice at the time.
Alice's little bitch boy. I don't remember his name. I don't think we ever had his name.
Yeah. So find out it was him. Anyway, so eventually, when Beth and Luke are trying to figure out how to save him, they realize. Well, they don't realize it, but Beth finally comes out and says, like, look, one of us has to die. All right. So we need to do something about it. And then Alice shows up and we get a little face to face between the two of them finally. They see each other.
Right.
Yeah.
Just waiting for it to happen.
Yeah. And then we get the moment where, Alice finds out that Beth exists because on their alternate Earth, Kate saved her. She's like, oh, so she could have saved me. And that's when Alice tries to kill Beth because,
Because jealousy reasons.
I mean, there can be only one. So, we cut back to the prison where, Big Daddy Kane's getting his ass kicked. And this big black dude saves him. I don't know who the fuck that is, but, I don't think we were supposed to. But just in case, were we supposed to? That was a question.
Say it again.
I said, were we supposed to?
I don't know.
You weren't even listening to me. See?
I didn't know what you were asking me.
See. This is why, you just be, just anyway. So Also, while this is all going on, Alice attacks Mary because she's just mad because she don't like shit. And I guess Mara has something to say, so I'll let her speak. What was that?
I was gonna say, well, I mean, she went to her, but I was like, nah, yeah, but she's always mad. So I was like, great.
Yeah, she's just mad. Like, she didn't really need a reason. It's just any small thing sets her off anyway.
This is true.
Yeah. So
Breathe funny, stab.
Yeah. So Dr. Ghost Mouse, Dr. Dude, Professor, whatever we want to call him. Doesn't matter because we find out that, it's actually his father. It's Rat. It's not, it's not that dude. It's Rat. So Rat wants to know where Alice is. And he injects Mouse with some shit. And I don't know what the fuck it was. Whatever it was, he got the answer he needed, I guess. And also, we see that Alice just took some of Mary's blood because something with the antidote she gave her before, it's like a cure-all or some shit that's supposed to basically slow down the decay long enough for her to outlast Beth and bibbity blabbity blue.
Yeah, well, pretty much like they're using the theory of this antidote is now just in Mary's bloodstream, I guess, forever, or for however long its half-life is, I guess. And so, in theory, taking Mary's blood and injecting it into your own bloodstream will put the antidote in there as well.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it was. But it was like, it's pretty much like O positive blood, but for everything.
Mm-hmm. So, after all this, Mary handcuffs Alice to the bed. She gets loose and all that shit and runs away. But Alice uses the phone that's down there because for some reason there's a landline in this little underground.
And within reach of her feet.
Yeah, well, there's a landline in her secret underground fucking
clinic.
fucking clinic that's supposed to be completely off the books, but somehow there's a landline down there.
Reasons.
Yeah, reasons. So there's that. But she used them to call all the crows in, and Sophie and the crows show up at Wayne Tower looking for Alice. So they're like, oh shit, we gotta hide Beth because we got Beth in here. And they're like, yep, Batcave. And Beth's like, yo, what the fuck, nigga? And they go down and boom.
You're Batwoman?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I can't believe it. I would have never guessed.
Yeah. So that's when Alice starts hallucinating. She's seeing Catherine, aka, dead stepmama. There's not much to that. She was just hallucinating.
Yeah.
We talked about Mary's blood, and then Kate is like, all right, well, I got this shit. I got the Mary blood. Got to decide who I'm gonna save, and she just chooses Beth, of course, because why would she choose Alice? Because that would be dumb. She's emotional,
right.
but she's not completely emotionally stupid.
Right. She's just like, well, I'll be sad when you die, but like,
she's got like kind of a balance between Oliver and Kara. You know what I mean? As far as being like, willing to do like the real stone cold shit, but still having a heart about it,
Yeah.
Because Oliver would have just used it on Beth and not said shit to Alice. Like.
Yeah, he would just let her just like, that's it.
And Kara's dumbass would have tried to let Alice get a chance to convince her to use it on her and talk to her while she's holding the needle right next to her so she can somehow take it away and use it on herself. Like, it's just that dumb shit Kara would do. So
or try to convince Kara, like, or somehow like she would try to find a way to give it to both of them so they could both survive and blah blah blah. We just run out of time and
they both
somehow Alice would still get the fucking cure.
So she used it on Beth. And Kate, she went to go see Alice, and it turns out she was just there to, say goodbye to her and left her there. Well, not left her there, but like, she had already given the cure to Beth, and Luke and Beth were taken off so they can go hide. But while they're out Fucking rat. Fucking rat.
You know what's crazy?
Shoots Beth in the back. And while it was going on, I'm like, oh shit, he's gonna kill Beth. God damn it. And I thought, see, here's the thing, here's what I thought. I thought that Alice was gonna die first, and then he was gonna kill Beth, and they would both die anyway. And that's what I was just like, oh, that's fucked up. But no. I don't know if this is worse or not.
So what I was saying, when they first said that, one of them had to die, I was just like, look, she probably going to try and choose to save Beth, but then somehow Beth is still going to die. And so then I was like, oh, maybe not. I was like, maybe we'll find out what the real, what a real big bad is here. Because I still don't believe that Alice is the primary big bad here, unless unless
we've
Batwoman
already
is
crossed the
coming to a
mid-season
closure.
mark. We've
True.
there's
But I
nobody
mean,
else
like
introduced.
for more story to come, I guess. I don't know. Like they haven't introduced anything yet with more story to come, which is I think what I'm looking for. But what was I saying? But anywho, because also I figured there was episodes coming for like the next few weeks, and so then it was coming when we were like, oh, she's probably gonna choose Beth. But then I was like, oh, watch them both die either. And then it happened.
Well, see, my thing
I
is
just wasn't expecting him to do it.
Once she gave it to Beth, I'm like, oh wait, this is gonna turn into a thing where like, yeah, they saved Beth, but now they got to convince everybody that she's not Alice, and it's gonna be like a whole thing with that. I thought that was gonna be what was coming next, but nope, rat killed her.
Yep. And killed her right before Alice's heart, I guess, stopped actually beating.
Mm-hmm. And she came
Wakes
back,
up.
and for some reason there was this other metal bedpan right next to it that she could hit Kate in the head with, because these things are just within Alice's reach all the time. It's just, yeah.
Almost like Berlanti just likes Alice.
Yeah, man. I don't know. But yeah, that was Batwoman. We had a good Beth, and then we're stuck with evil Alice.
We knew we were going to be at the end of the day. What else did they do for the next few weeks if Alice had actually died?
And then we got Rat.
True. But it wouldn't make, I don't know. I don't think it would make any sense because they wouldn't understand what to look for because Alice would be dead. So, like, do you hear what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, this would just be like, he would have to start doing something to start, stirring up some shit. And it seems like he's been pretty dormant for God knows how long.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I was just like, I feel like he's doing this to shut them both up.
Yeah.
He's like, I got accolades now. I need y'all to skedaddle.
So, yeah, I mean, that was Batwoman. Where you want to go next?
Let's go to the Flash.
All right. This episode was called
A Girl Named Sue.
So, this episode kicks off with Iris's, she's in the mirror world, and she discovers that Eva McCullough, she's not alone. Eva McCullough is there. Long thought to be dead. She's just in the mirror. I was wondering,
fucking crazy.
Because it's just like, yo, they never, like, what do they do, like, with no body? Like, you just assume she's dead? Because,
I think
maybe
there's
she
a
ran
certain
away.
amount of time before you can petition that someone's dead.
That's what I'm saying. Like, the husband would have to go like, yeah, she dead, even though we ain't got no body. Anyway, so we see the mirror is like another dimension. It's not another Earth. Little loophole there, So, yeah, nobody else is there. So right now it's just Iris and Eva McCullough. And here's the thing.
What?
I feel like once she gets out,
She gonna be bad?
Mm-hmm.
She's the next big bad. She's chapter 2.
Mm-hmm. However,
I still need an explanation of this other Iris.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at. Who the fuck is she? Where does she come from? Because they tried to explain it, but it doesn't make any sense. Because, like, why wouldn't that happen to anybody else? You know?
Yeah, because she was just like, yeah, because it was kind of like, so why did Eva go missing? But then
Without a
Iris
replacement.
didn't.
Yeah, without a replacement, but Iris got a replacement. So, yeah.
I feel like, yeah, so I feel like you might be right. Maybe Eva's like some kind of
She made
witch.
that happen. Yeah, she made that happen. That was on purpose.
Or maybe she's
Now
some
you
kind of
follow me.
meta.
Well,
She's
she
like
is a
some kind
meta
of
because that's why she was able to control the mirror and shit.
Yeah. And I don't know.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's more to that. It was all a ploy. It was a con.
Maybe it's kind of like what's her face from Supergirl when they had like it's not something that she's aware of, like something that has to be woken up, I guess, inside of her.
No, I think she knows.
Okay.
I mean, I know what you're saying. I just think she knows, and it was all an act. She's using Iris right now.
We'll see.
Mm-hmm. So we see that Ava got there because she got knocked into the mirror because she was working on some shit with the quantum physics stuff and all that, with the mirrors and all the dimensions and all that shit. The night the particle accelerator exploded.
Mm-hmm.
And
she's been chilling in the mirror.
Yeah. She wasn't chilling because you could see she's very stressed. So there's no chilling going on right there.
She's been living in this mirror.
Yeah, man.
Or surviving. She's not living either.
Yeah, exactly. Does she
I wonder, I'm sure she does. Do you think that
they where does she
leave
eat?
the building? I don't know. I'm sure there's food. Like she said, the world works. It's just she's the only person there.
Then where does the food come from?
I don't know. Maybe it's just there.
But how would it get there if there's no other people?
I don't know. I'm assuming on some level she's able to. I'm sure she's. That's what I was getting ready to ask. Like, do you think
making
she
a
can
lot
leave,
of assumptions right now?
Well, as I'm trying to ask you, if you let me finish, like I'm
Yeah.
trying to think. Do you think she leaves?
But here's the thing, though, because what I was saying. Here's the thing. How long have you known me, Mara? At some point, you have to know I'm going to do it. You have to know. How do I get you every time?
Anyway.
Wave back.
Do you think she can leave that building?
Probably.
That they're in? So I feel like on some level, maybe she's learned over 6 years how to scavenge and forage for herself.
So she's just been eating like grass and shit?
Probably. Just nature.
That would explain why she's so skinny. She went vegan.
Hey, I don't think I've ever seen that vegan before. I'm not even trying to say that on like some funny shit. I just don't think I have. I'm sure they exist.
We don't have proof.
I'm sure they exist on some level.
I don't know, man. Those hefties like bacon.
Oh my God.
You also like cheese to go along with that bacon. So,
Depends what you're mixing it with.
Breakfast. So, eggs, cheese, bacon,
I do that.
Or, on a burger. The burger has cheese on it. Bacon. What you shaking for?
Like cheese. I want to like cheese.
You don't like cheese on your burger?
No.
So weird. It's odd.
It's not odd. I just like hamburgers. I don't like cheeseburgers.
Yeah, that's odd.
It's not odd.
It is. Because, if it wasn't odd, Why is the default setting the McDonald's with cheese?
It's not. You can get a hamburger.
Yeah, you can, but you have to specifically ask for that. Like it's just every other sandwich on their menu comes with cheese.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is there's like a specific name for each one. There's hamburger and there's cheeseburger.
Yes,
so
I hear you.
If I go in and I ask for a hamburger and you put cheese on it, I'm going to assume you're stupid.
But who goes into McDonald's and just says, "Give me a hamburger"? You don't. You ask for like a quarter pounder with cheese, or a Big Mac, or a McDouble, something like that. And guess what? All those things come with cheese.
Yeah, but I don't even eat those things at McDonald's.
I'm not talking about what you eat, because clearly what you eat is weird anyway. So clearly, what you eat is not part of this conversation.
The burger comes plain with whatever ketchup, pickles, onion, whatever else they put on it.
So anyway, Eva's like all tripping because she's like, "There's no way to get back. We can't." Blah 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 blah. And
she's giving up.
I mean, after 6 years, of having nothing else to do but try to get out, and she told you how many times she tried, like over 1,000 times. Literally, she counted them. So it's just, if I was her, I'd been like, yeah, fuck it. Like, it's just after 6 years of having nothing else to think about but how to get out of here, and I can't figure it out, and I'm a fucking quantum physicist.
I would have died by now.
I am a quantum physicist, and I've had nothing else to think about but how to get out of here, and I haven't figured out how. I would have given up too. However, I don't think she had given up. Once again, I think it was all a ploy. It was a lie. She knew how to get out. She just knew she needed help.
She needed Iris. Pulled Iris in.
That's why she pulled Iris in. She was waiting on somebody to be in that room so she can use them to get out. She knew how to get out. She just, hadn't had the opportunity yet. Because once again, this is what she does. There's no way after 6 years she couldn't figure it out, but somehow Iris does. Nah. Sorry. I'm not saying Iris is dumb, but she's not a quantum physicist.
Yeah, I was like, I understand. Why does Iris get so much knowledge and leeway? Not saying that she needs to not have it, but like...
Mm-hmm. They give it to her in situations where it doesn't make sense.
Right. It's just like... It don't make sense to me.
Yeah.
Like, I'd appreciate if you not treat me like I'm stupid.
Yeah, well, that's TV. They do it all the time. So, let's cut to Dibney while he's looking for this Sue person because, her parents hired him to find Sue. That's what happened, right?
Yeah, something along those lines.
Yeah, and when this started, I kind of remember that happening, but I'm just like, I don't remember anything about it because it was probably so stupid to me that I was just like, I don't care about this part, and I forgot.
Yeah, like I felt like this episode was supposed to like really center around this story, but I was really just kind of like, I don't care about this story.
Yeah. Same here.
So all I can tell you is that Sue found him, told him some BS story. She rode along. She went to go get this jewel from this weird dude, and then all of a sudden Ultraviolet shows up at some point and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, well, what happened, the thing is with that, it was more of she had him fooled for so long thinking she was trying to take this dude down because they used to date. It turns out he was a bad dude, and she's like, "Oh, now we're hunting each other because I want to take him down, and he wants to kill me because I know too much." And blah 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 blah. But turns out, she was just robbing him. So, yeah, I mean, Dibney ended up, telling her that he's the elongated man within there somewhere too, and
it seemed like they were trying to push them getting together. Turns out she double-crossed him, and she was like, I just need this jewel.
Yeah.
And then
The only
And
thing I'll
Ultraviolet
say,
shows up, and
the only thing about that I'll say is they do have, they actually do have a real connection though, because Cecile is the one that pointed it out. They can't fake that shit. So
no, yeah, there is that.
So
but
they're gonna fuck, but not yet.
Because the jewel, we know at the end, has something to do with black hole, which is what Iris was researching before.
Right.
So maybe black hole is still the big bad here, but we just don't know in what way or how.
Maybe. Let's see. What else we got happening in this episode?
Barry and Joe were doing something.
Oh, before that, because Iris, I'm saying Iris with the quotes, is like doing some research and says she wants Barry to get
shady shit.
Yeah, she's doing some research and she's like, yo, I'm looking into more of this McCullough shit and some black hole shit, but I need the mirror gun. And Barry's like, you what? Like, you nigga, what? Like, he didn't say that though, because he's white, so he would never say that to his black wife. But if I was Barry, I'd be like, nigga, what? You mean this gun that can probably, if it gets into the wrong hands, would be all crazy, fucked up kind of shit, like when Snart got his hands on the freeze gun. It's like, oh, that won't happen. Yeah, we said that about the fucking freeze gun. And guess what? Snart got his hands on that. What, dude? See, Barry smelling that bullshit too, and that's why he came over here. Look at him. He was just like, yo, what the fuck? What the fuck, Barry? What the fuck? Right. You cool? All right. We'll go out after I'm done with this, okay? I promise. Anyway. So that happens. And then, so she wants him to get the mirror gun. He don't want to do it. Eventually, Joe talks him into doing it because he's all sporadic and shit. And he's like, he was acting weird too. And I was just like, yo, what the fuck is wrong with you? You don't act like this. Like,
could you imagine if this was a mirror Joe? We just didn't.
Yeah, like how somehow it was a mirror Joe too. Because it was just like, is that what happened? Because there's no like you. This isn't how Joe normally acts. He's not sporadic like that, Like, you there's something going on here. You need to look into this. Well, you need to trust your family because this is all we got. I'm like, hey.
Oh, this is the only family you get. Da, 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 da.
Yeah, I'm gonna need you to be a bit more logical about this. And you saw what the mirror gun does, and yeah, that's you know that's not a good idea, Joe. But whatever. I do. It was funny to me though how you saw when Barry didn't want to give her the mirror gun, so she got an attitude. And didn't want to like really give him a kiss, and she was like, when he kissed her on the cheek and shit, I'm like, I recognize that.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I bet you don't.
Nope.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you've never been told no and caught an attitude, I'm sure. Let's see what else is going on in this episode. I mean, so we get this moment with Iris and Ava McCullough trying the liquid nitrogen thing because that worked to get Barry out the mirror when he was stuck there.
They broke it.
And they broke it. Like, I vaguely remember that episode. Like, I remember her checking herself out in the mirror while Barry was stuck in the mirror. Like, she was talking to him, but at the same time, she looked in the mirror, like looking at her ass and shit. Like, my butt look big, like all that kind of shit. But yeah, the liquid nitrogen doesn't work. Of course, they just break the shit.
Breaks the mirror, and Homegirl's not taking it well.
Once again, I still think it's all a ploy. Superior acting job. But
maybe
Iris, I'm using the quotes again, is in Star Labs looking through the little hidden shit.
Mirror Iris.
Because that's the way I have it in my notes, is Iris in quotes.
Oh, okay.
So she gets caught looking for the mirror gun by Nash, and Nash is still seeing HR.
Yeah.
And he's acting like he's just down there doing some inventory and shit, but HR like, you are full of shit. Why don't you tell the truth, huh? And Nash is like, I don't even know
Why
if
are
I'm
you
really
lying,
seeing you.
huh?
Like, who the fuck are you? You ain't
Why
gotta
lying
lie,
for?
Craig. Yeah. So
just be honest.
Yeah. So they had this little talk like, let's just pretend this never happened. Iris leaves. Quotes again.
Which I feel like would be mad sus anyway. Who knows? Nash is. I feel like that should have been sus to Nash, but then again, Nash is also being.
Well, he was doing
so.
sus shit too, so he just wanted to get rid of her. So he was okay with whatever she was doing, as long as she didn't say shit about what he was doing.
Right, like just get the fuck out of here. I don't care what you're doing.
Yeah. So that happens. Then we see that Nash has HR's diary, which is interesting because this is a new Earth where apparently HR didn't exist. So why is that diary there? But whatever. We're not supposed to ask these questions. Moving on. We talked about Sue and Dibney with the key and the shit, and he had to elongate himself for them to escape and all that. We didn't really talk about that, but it's not relevant. We talked about how Joe convinced Barry to give Iris the little mirror gun. He just doesn't do it to the end. Ava, her power is controlling the mirror.
And we can see her boo.
And
then we could see her. Oh no, that was Barry. For a moment, I thought we were seeing her boo, and then it was Barry. Barry almost felt. I thought Barry was sensing Iris.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. Like he kind of looked up, like he could like sense that she was there, which was interesting.
Sense that something was up with that mirror.
Yeah, like, yo, what the fuck? Is somebody watching me? I kind of feel like somebody's watching me. Yeah.
Do you think Barry gets like kind of electric senses when, or electromagnetic senses, like when something's happening, kind of like Spider-Man gets Spidey?
Probably some kind of vibrations or something that he feels, you know. You know how Barry works on vibrations. Electricity and vibrations. That's Barry.
Oh, okay.
That's why Iris is into him.
All right.
Keeps the batteries charged, and then he's also a living vibrator. You know, it's just
don't have to do this every week.
I mean, I can stop once you admit that I'm right.
I never said you were wrong.
Yeah, but you didn't say I was right either.
Well, then I can see.
It's not the same thing.
It is.
It's not.
It is.
It's really not.
Is this the argument you want to choose today?
Sure. I'm in no hurry.
Oh, wow.
I'm blinking too. You can't see it because of the sunglasses, but it's happening. I can do that too.
I'm sure it is.
See? Luna agrees with me. See? That's why she's waving at me.
Hi. She's just saying hi.
Yeah. She's saying hi because she knows I'm right. It was a you're right wave.
I doubt it, but whatever makes you feel better at night.
No, that's not what does it for me at night. Let's see. So yeah, we talked about Iris seeing Barry through the mirror just now because Eva put it back together with her powers and shit. And it's almost like he can sense her at the time. But then we see the whole thing with Sue and stealing the diamond and all that kind of shit has something to do with McCullough. And not sure what it is, but she has the newspaper clippings and all that kind of shit. So it has something to do with them. So she's doing something deeper than just stealing shit. And we will soon find out what.
Right, because we only got like a couple months left.
You realize a couple months is 8 episodes, right?
Yep.
It's a lot.
It's not that much.
It really is.
Compared to, I guess, 20.
Why would you compare it to 20? It's February.
It's the full season.
That was a good one. I appreciate that. All right, where you want to go next?
Let's go with.
I don't know why you did it in this order. I really don't. I was just sure pick one. Pick one. I don't know why you wanted to save these two for last. Bad decision, if you ask me. But
they're all bad decisions.
Who am I? I don't know. I didn't think Flash was that bad.
It's a lot of filler. It's just boring. Let's do Legends.
Okay. Title of this episode was what?
Ahead of her time.
I get it, because Marie Antoinette got her head chopped off. So, this episode kicks off with Constantine behind that door he went through last week, and shit's not going well for him.
So Gary's trying to stand up for his boo/master.
Yeah, and help him out, and ends up letting like a spirit out of some shit, and everything goes bad. And this whole thing was all about, Constantine coming to grips with his role in what happened to Astra, and him, admitting that, I guess that it was his fault, but he knew it was his fault already, so it was so weird to me, You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just like, we need you to admit what you did, that it was all selfish and your own fault, but like,
he did the classic Constantine thing. He does this every time something like technically was by his doing. He always kind of skirts around it until he's literally forced.
I don't know. It was just, but the thing is, like, it's not like he didn't admit that it was his fault that Astra's in hell. Like, that was the whole reason why he's trying to get her out, because he knows it's his fault that she's in hell. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, you want him to use different words? Like, that was the whole thing, is you wanted him to use different words to talk about it?
She wants him to phrase it the proper way.
See, I didn't want to go here.
Oh, here we go.
I didn't want to. That's that shit that happens to us all the time. Those of us of my gender, when we get into fights about random shit. And it was like, we did what you wanted us to do, but you wanted us to do it and feel a certain way when we did it. And it's just like, it don't make no damn sense. I did what you wanted. What's the problem?
I want you to enjoy it too.
She didn't want him to enjoy anything. She wanted him to be miserable.
I want you to be upset at the same time.
Exactly. It don't make no damn sense. That's what was going on in this episode.
I want you to have remorse.
Sense. He does. That's why he's trying to get her out.
Not enough.
It's fucking stupid. So, yeah. Apparently him and Astra's mama was fucking, because it was just like, it's pretty clear. And she was dead. And in order to bring her back, like, it cost Astra's life too. Like, a demon took Astra away to bring back her mama.
Which is crazy.
Like, yo, that sucks. Why couldn't you take somebody else that didn't matter?
Right? Like, why out of all people her child?
Yeah. But I guess that's the price. That's what it costs when you make deals with demons.
Oh, what can you do?
Let's see. So Nora's out doing her fairy godmother stuff. And then we get that moment when her and Ray finally say I love you to each other the first time.
Jesus.
Ray's like, oh, it just slipped out. And she's like, oh, don't worry about it. I love you too. Like, oh, that's so precious. Moving on.
Okay, cute. Right. I don't.
So.
They're really dragging it, phasing them out.
Are they both leaving, or is just Ray leaving?
I think it's both.
Well, where the fuck is she going?
I don't know. I think she's leaving.
You think she's leaving, or you know she's leaving?
I'm pretty sure she was also leaving.
So you don't know.
Yeah, I can look it up now.
Anyway, at the same time, we see Mick is going through some shit. We find out it's just because he actually likes old girl he was fucking with last week, and he don't know how to deal with that shit. I feel it because it's
I think
weird.
she gave me an STD.
Hmm.
She's like, I think she gave me an STD.
Yeah, that's what it's like. It's just like, yo, I feel like I like you like a lot, but I'm not used to this. I'm used to like not giving a fuck. So when I give a fuck, it feels weird. And I don't know how to handle it.
Yeah, they're both leaving.
Okay.
Because I feel like if Ray left, I feel like his wife shouldn't stay.
I mean, she's not his wife, but
She is in real life.
yeah, but that's not like he left like upset. It's just
Right,
like he's just not going to be on the show anymore. You know,
But why would she stay? No one else really fucks with Nora like that, except for like Ava.
I mean, nobody fucked with Charlie before she got on the show.
No one still really fucks with her.
Nobody fucked with Zari before she was on the show. And she left, and like, you know, Nate is still trying to fuck with her. Like, that don't mean shit. On Legends, you can put whoever the fuck you want in there.
I'm just saying.
She would fit right in with that misfit band, you know, fairy godmother, sorceress lady. So Sarah has to go somewhere. I don't know where the fuck she's going.
She said she was going to Central or Star City or something like that.
So yeah, that happened. And so she leaves Ava in charge. I don't know why. I still don't know why. Like, there's so many other people on that ship that know more than she does about how that ship works. But, you know, okay, put Ava in charge because that's your boo. Favoritism, you know. And so we got an encore going on, some anomalies and shit. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? Well, Zari's like, well, I want to go too. They're like, no, you can't go. And then peer
You gotta
pressure.
stay here.
Yeah, but then peer pressure, and then Ava just lets her go because she's fucking weak and shouldn't be in charge.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, you're right.
That's what happened. Like, the rest of the team peer pressured her into letting Zari go. She had no business
funny too?
Going.
When Sarah was putting her in charge, even Ava was like, "Nah, let's not do this."
Because she knew she ain't had no business running them. She don't know how they work. But anyway, so we talked a bit about this, but you know, Constantine basically has to go down this little trip down memory lane about when, you know, Astra got sucked down into hell and all that, just so he can, you know, admit out loud that it was his fault that Astra went to hell, even though he's already admitted out loud that it was his fault that Astra went to hell.
Yeah, but I mean, he's been admitting that since his own show too.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yo, what's the point of this shit? There is none. So, Marie Antoinette is throwing a party. She looks just like Nora. Like, yo, what the fuck? This is not right. She's supposed to be dead. Those of you who don't know who Marie Antoinette is, it's Let Them Eat Cake, if you've heard that before. If not, pick up a history book. Okay, that was one when they're like, yo, your people are starving. They don't have any bread. And then she said, well, let them eat cake. And then she proceeded to keep partying and getting drunk because she didn't give a fuck. Like, that's really what it was. And she has people literally partying themselves to death. And we see her power is charm. But it's not just her charm. It comes from her perfume. More on that later. Throughout that whole shit with Constantine and Astra's mother, she finally agrees to help because reasons. And Zari, while she's on the ship, does what she's not supposed to do that we knew she would do and looks into the future and sees that her perfume like messes up people's sense of smell and fucks her life up.
Pretty much. They were just like, "Yep, it's like you going from a hundo to a zero."
Now, we've talked about this with this show before when she was like, "Oh, I have my event coming up. Will I be back in time for that?" You are on a fucking time machine. You can get there whenever the fuck you want to get there. I hate that shit. Like, I hate when they put like time restraints on a time traveling team. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, she has to be back in time for her event. They can just drop you off whenever your event starts. You
Right.
can literally be on that ship for 87 years and they will drop you at the moment that your little event happens and you won't miss a beat. I hate it, Mara. I hate it so much.
Let them do them, Travis. They're just gonna keep doing it.
That doesn't mean I have to accept it.
I just think you just have to. I don't think they're gonna do anything different about it.
I will still state my opinion on it.
Okay.
So Zari steals Marie Antoinette's perfume because her perfume gives you powers of charm. And while she's at her event, ends up spilling the perfume all over herself because, of course, that happens. And everything goes wrong. Shit's falling apart.
I was just like, what could go wrong here? I was just like, a lot.
Yeah. And then that DJ dude with the s'mores head and all that kind of shit, they're just like, oh, this is so awful. And
why would you want to date someone like this?
I don't know, man. I haven't seen him without the s'mores head on. Maybe he's very attractive with a very large penis. You don't know.
He don't even sound it. That's the problem.
Doesn't matter what they sound like.
It kind of does. At some level, you got to hear him talk.
No, maybe they communicate completely through text messages.
I guess.
So yeah, all that falls apart. Ava and the team end up saving her. Some with a fountain and shit. They get back on the ship, and Zari eats a donut and then starts remembering stuff.
Which is crazy. But it also made me realize how much, when they were like, how much Zari was snacking.
Yeah. That was when they did all the flash. Like, yo, she did like just randomly eat donuts and shit a lot on the show.
Like she always had like a snack going on or something.
Mm-hmm. Like fucking what's his name? Fast and the Furious, Han, who just always in the background eating.
Like just has like this fetish, like has like this fixation where they just gotta
just gotta be snacking,
doing something or putting something in your mouth. Like
So then we see that apparently Charlie broke the loom of fate because she's fucking Charlie. Why wouldn't she? And then Astra has this lady she was talking to down in hell. Did you catch who the fuck that was?
The lady?
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but I'm assuming she's the one who's been releasing the people back into, Earth.
Yeah, whatever. She makes her give Constantine lung cancer and kills him like quickly with lung cancer. And I'm like, yo, that's like, fucked up.
They gave him progressed stage 4 cancer. Like the fuck?
No, that was more than stage 4. That's like stage 28. Like he's about to die like now. Like he's like it's done.
Like he gets his prognosis and they're like, yeah, you're gonna die in like 5 minutes. Like this is we've never seen anything like it.
Yeah. And there it is. Constantine just basically dies right there on the floor because
fuck it.
Da da da. And that just leaves Supergirl. I mean, is there anything else with Legends you want to talk about?
Nope, because he's dead. Why are you so amused by dead?
It's so random. Like, what is that the word she picked up on?
I have no idea.
Kids are weird. So, Supergirl. What was the name of this episode?
Back from the Future Part 2.
So, This episode kicks off with Wynn at the bar with Kara and Alex and John. And that's when we find out in the future his little superhero name or whatever is Computer Lad.
Computer Lad.
And I'm like, oh, you're so lame. And then there's some karaoke shit going on with William and Kara. The
They're
obvious
really
chemistry going on, and it's just like, just
they're
go ahead. They're
really pushing it.
Yeah, just give him that Krypton pussy and like rock his world, and we'll see what happens. Just don't kill him. Just don't break it on him. Like, that'd be awful. You can't use your Krypton Kegels on him. Don't do that. Don't do that. So then we get Brainy.
They were pushing that.
Yeah, I know. But guess what? She shut it down, so it's not gonna happen. I'm gonna go with that.
For now.
I don't know, man. She shut it down with Jimmy too. So,
And then recycled back around to it. So again, for now.
She mean they recycled back around to it. She's not with Jimmy?
She's not with Jimmy, but like she said no first, and then she came right back around and they tried, and then she said no again.
And then she shut it down again. So they still not together.
I feel like that was more, I don't know, but I feel like there was more factors there, but I don't know. Whatever.
So we get Brady and Lex talking, and while they're talking, Brady gets attacked by drones. I mean, just like, that's weird.
Random.
Yeah.
This whole shit with Brady is so weird.
But yeah, we talked about this. Yeah. William asked Kara on a date. They get interrupted because Kara has to go. And we learn that the Toy Man, or the evil Wynn, is an AI inside the DEO system. And Goodwin, like, I can take him out. I just got to get up in there and use, this other code to kill it, because I can do that because I'm Wynn. And
because I'm Computer Lad.
And apparently Lex is the reason why this whole thing happened, because it's fucking Lex.
What?
And Lex like, I need you to copy the Toy Man code so I can use it against Leviathan. And at this point, I was just like, fuck this shit. Because I was so annoyed. I'm like, this is so dumb. Why are we doing this?
Fuck this Leviathan storyline. Like, what is going on with this? Like, I'm not anticipating it anymore. Like, I just feel like they just keep talking about it. They talk about Leviathan and like them coming the way that old racists used to think the way that blacks are going to revolt or something like that. Like when they say shit like that. Like, this is how Lex is preparing for Leviathan. Like, they're going to revolt one of these days.
Oh, man.
When in actuality, they're just sitting around minding their fucking business.
Mara, I hate it. It was just the whole episode. I'm just like, I see this. It's on my television, but it's just, I don't know.
Care.
Like, there's a huge gap in my notes, and the first part it picks up is when Brady screams out Leroy Jenkins, because that's my favorite thing that anybody does ever.
Leroy Jenkins.
Leroy Jenkins. Please tell me you're familiar with the Leroy Jenkins videos.
Is this a wrestling thing?
Oh my God, Mar, you don't know about Leroy Jenkins? Oh no. Wait. Is this one of those early internet things you just don't know?
I think so.
This is like early viral YouTube shit. Like, you just, oh my God. I gotta send you the Leroy Jenkins videos. So if Mara doesn't know, that means there must be others of you out there that don't know. So let me just inform you. Are you familiar with World of Warcraft, Mara?
Yes.
So there's this one particular video, but there's more than one. But let's just talk about one, where somebody is planning out this raid in this dungeon because they've been failing this one dungeon over and over again, and they're calculating how exactly they can get through it, what their chances of victory are, and all that kind of stuff. And there's one player in there named Leroy Jenkins, and they are, everything's planned out perfectly. And as soon as it all starts, he throws all that out the window and just attacks without any regard to the plan of how they will survive this dungeon. And as he runs in to attack, he screams out, "Leroy Jenkins!" And you got to see it. It's one of those things, it's just,
you gotta see it.
It is a part of internet history. All right. It is huge in internet history. And it's one of those things that happened in this show. And I just assumed you knew, but you don't. You didn't get the reference, and I'm so hurt that you didn't.
I'm sorry.
I mean, it's not your fault. I'm still hurt, but it's not your fault.
Oh. I'm sorry.
Sweetie, what else happened in this show? Because like I said, I wasn't watching. I'm hoping you were.
I'm gonna watch it. Anywho, more meeting with Lex. This Andrea and Obsidian storyline keeps coming up, and I'm really not sure if it matters or anything. I just feel like they just keep bringing it up. It's just I don't understand what does this have to do with anything? Because Andrea doesn't know anything really about Leviathan yet. She hasn't been activated or anything. So it's just why are we still sitting here talking about Leviathan?
It's a very good question.
So then, Lena pays her a visit, says, "Oh, let me help you because Obsidian's having some issue with biosync or whatever." And Lena offers the help, and Andrea's like, "I don't know, wouldn't be good for our relationship anymore because we just don't work well together, Lena. You know that." Lex talks to her mentor Gemma, and Gemma goes and rips Andrea a new one, which peer pressures her into, hitting up Lena to say that she changed her mind. And I feel bad for Andrea. I feel like Andrea just be trying to do the best for herself, and then she be fucking getting steamrolled into doing things that other people are telling her to do. But anywho, it's the end of that storyline because it doesn't matter to me. What was it? Alex had set up some kind of spyware in the internet to see what Lex was doing. And, of course, in usual Lex fashion, he already knows about it. And then Brainy at some point goes in and, deletes some stuff from Alex's computer. And she's just like, "Yo, what the fuck? Why you did that for?" "And I saw you do it." And blah, 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 blah. And then whatever. Brainy is still doing what he's doing. Wynn goes in to defeat Toyman, and his dad pops up, says, "I can help." He's like, "Nope."
Daddy issues.
Tells him to fuck off, and then that's the end of that. Dad helps. I really kind of zoned out for a few minutes towards this part.
Yo, we can't both be not paying attention.
I tried. And I had her.
One of us has to pay attention to the show, Mara. That's how we talk about it.
I paid attention to 95% of this episode. The 5% I didn't catch
was what?
Anywho, was this part. Well, I'm assuming they beat him, and I'm assuming Padre helped.
Yeah. I saw that part. He jumped on top of him and shit. That was when I glanced up.
Right, because it was very predictable. I saw it coming. So that's why I was like, I don't feel like I need to see it.
Yeah.
Anywho, Alex is quitting the DEO and working with John, and Brainy's going to stay at the DEO, to which he becomes the director.
Yeah, Lex promotes Brady to director, and it's just yeah. And that's also when Kara tells William, like, "No, I ain't going out with you."
Right, because I don't know when it happened, but she said something about her grandmother was sick, and so he gave her a puzzle reminding of the lie, and she was just like, "Oh, I've lied to you already.
Yeah.
It's not me."
And Wynn decided he's no longer going to be called Computer Lad. He's going to go by Toy Man because, you know, that makes sense. Yeah.
Brainy gives Lex whatever code, the Toyman code, so that he can get eternal life from Leviathan or steal it from them or whatever.
Yeah, whatever he's doing with Leviathan. Like, yeah, he downloaded the Toyman code into whatever. Yeah, that shit. Yeah. Is that the end? Is that all?
Kara told Alex, and then that was it. Mr. Mixel-Pixel was at the end.
Oh yeah, that motherfucker. Yeah, the one that made him do the one that made him do the musical, right?
Yes.
Is that the same dude?
I think so. I thought Mr. Mixel-Pixel was trying to marry Kara.
I could have sworn that was the dude that made her and Barry do that musical episode.
Let's look it up.
You know which episode I'm talking about, right?
Yes. Duet. No, that was Music Meister. That's the one with the other guy from Glee. Remember that Grant and Melissa are both from Glee.
Yeah.
And then no, Mr. Pixel was the one that was trying to marry Kara. That was like a Valentine's Day episode.
Oh, I see. Well, all right, Mar. Who's winning this week?
Alice?
Yeah, I'll give you that.
She cut death. She came real close to death.
And won. By pure luck, but she won.
We all know she's gonna die at the end of the season anyway.
Who's losing?
William.
Why William?
Oh no, I was saying because Kara turned him down.
Yeah. Is that your choice? Is that who you going with?
I would say Beth is losing.
True. It's very good choice. When you die, you did lose. Yeah. Yeah, that was a very,
pretty straightforward win and loss.
Yeah, pretty straightforward win-loss situation. One of them wins, one of them loses. Yeah.
I don't know why I had to think so hard about it. It was literally just like,
yeah. Well, all right. I think that's it for this week, at least. Anything else you want to touch on before we end this thing?
I want these shows to be done for the season. I just think we just need a new season to start.
Yeah, you just need a fresh start for the year, and we can, I feel like maybe if the crossover happened at the end of the season instead of in the middle, we'd be better.
Maybe. Because I feel like just the dynamic is different. Did you notice that in every show this week, all of them, they were saying like something, every one character said something about the multiverse theory.
Really?
But then there were just a couple of people said it. Like Charlie said something, but they said like it's almost like there was, but something was off. Like, but it's like they don't. Like they were talking about the theory of it, but they were saying something was different. Like something was off. every show, someone had mentioned, like someone who doesn't know that crisis had happened is like something weird has happened, something has changed. Like Mary spoke about it, Charlie spoke about it, in the Flash, I feel like Sue said something about something was weird about stuff, but I'm not sure. But we know something. We know they know something's fucked up because we keep seeing HR Wells.
No, it was Barry and Iris said something about it.
Yeah, and then Supergirl. I'm not 100% sure, but like, I just feel like it's a constant. Like, I feel like I agree with you. Like, if Crisis had happened later, it would be different, because I feel like for then all of this stuff to happen, you know, like a few months later instead of right afterwards,
give us enough time to like really be away from it for a while. Yeah,
right, and process it and such. So yeah,
and the way they described the way Crisis was supposed to be, it was supposed to be not like a period, it was supposed to be a comma. And if you put that comma at the end of the season, make it more of a semicolon.
Yeah.
And then the next season picks up and things are different. That's better than, you know, here's the end of Crisis and a week later everything's weird and nothing makes sense. Right. I don't know. It's an odd decision, but you know, whatever. I know they normally put the crossover in the middle, whatever, but still.
It just kind of feels like, I feel like we are getting to that point of the season where we're just like, oh my God, just finish already. As like, you know, like we usually do, where it's like, oh my God, this is dragging. But that was just kind of just more, it's just like the content is just like, this is weird.
And not in a good way. That's the problem. I don't have a problem with weird. Weird is fun for me, but when the weird doesn't make any sense is when I'm just like, oh, God damn it. Yeah.
Right. And it's not even like, it's like the lack, it's not, at first I thought it was like the lack of Arrow. It's kind of just like,
that's not the problem.
It's not. It's just the whole demeanor of everything has changed, I feel.
I don't know why they felt the need to put everybody on the same Earth. But
because I think that raises more questions for everything.
Or even like, okay, you put everybody on the same Earth, I'd be okay with that. But somehow you also say there is no more multiverse. There's only one universe now, which is like a very big part of what DC is the multiverse. So it's just you eliminate that and eliminate the fact that there are other Earths. It doesn't fit with what you've established, is my point, you know? And maybe they're trying to switch things up and make things more interesting. It isn't working. So I don't know. Maybe it's just us.
Maybe. No, one of my coworkers was texting me when he was watching Flash. He was like, I'm not even bothering. He switched to another show. He was like, I don't know. He said Iris should have been dead a long time ago, but whatever.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that. But whatever. All right. Well, that's been it. That'll be it for this week's episode of Super Flashy Arrow of Tomorrow. I'm sorry if we sounded extra negative this week. It just not a lot to be positive about this week. Don't forget, you can follow us on both Twitter and Instagram at The Creation World. That is at TheCreatia World. Learn how to spell world if you can't. Also, you can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/Creation World. And if you want to support us, you can go to patreon.com/Creation World. You know, $1, $5, $10, whatever you want to do. Throw you some perks along with that little donation you give us. We appreciate it. Me. You can find me on both Twitter and Instagram at Sir_Cussalott. That is at SIR_CUSSALOTT. Sharknado, where can they find you?
as always, at Mara the Shark on Instagram and Twitter. Did I say that right?
I think so.
Okay. That's MARADASHARK.
Yeah, that'll be it. Don't forget, though, as I said last week, because we don't have enough support on Patreon and, buying merch, I'm going to go ahead and have to launch the Sir Cussalott OnlyFans account. So support me over there. I mean, I don't know what's going to be there. It might have to be some real nasty shit in order to get the money because we got to keep the lights on. And also, don't forget, Mara is selling pics of her manicured toes, even though toes are pedicured.
Whatever, you know what I meant.
We will catch you all next week. Until then, we out.
Bye. Later, guys.